made it across the levee. According to my car clock, it's 8:57. It's probably going to take me more than 3 minutes to get in the door at church. Curse is foiled again. It's, it is tempting to want to stay in bed all warm and snuggly on a Sunday morning. But here we are, showered and pulling in a Mount Lookout. So, I'm sure we'll talk later. Happy Sunday. No band rehearsal, no Bengals football. We're volleyball in the evening and pizza dinner before that with the daughter's boyfriend and her boyfriend and his parents. Why was that hard to say? I don't know. Because as always, I'm just talking. This is a vlog. It is not a scripted YouTube channel. I just talk to you. So you have to deal with the mess ups. People, pay attention when you're driving. This is one thing, right? I just saw a pickup truck get into the right lane coming through Mount Lookout Square by the UDF, all right? And when you come through the square there, it's really a turn-only lane to get into UDF because it disappears because it becomes a parking spaces. And this guy in the pickup truck was clearly not paying attention because he got into that lane and pulled over there and then was like not realizing that he was about to hit a parked car, which he almost did. He did not. And then when he got past the parked cars, he started drifting over that direction again. Pay attention to the task at hand, right? I mean, look at me. I'm not even looking at you because I'm pulling into a parking spot. And the last thing I need is to, do something stupid while I'm driving. I'm just talking. That's one of the reasons that this whole thing got started, right? Was me just talking to this while I'm driving because I have a mount and it can just do its thing and I don't even have to look at you. Pay attention to what you're doing. Give your attention to the actual task at hand. This is hard for me. I believe I have suffered from a little bit of that whole, I'm a guy, therefore attention deficit distraction kind of thing my whole life. I didn't realize it until I was an adult, getting my master's in education. I looked back on myself in high school and thought about myself staring out the window, looking at, buildings on the campus of the University of Cincinnati when I should have been paying attention to my high school. So, it's for me to say this as something. Pay attention to what you are doing. Well, you're a funny looking bug on my car. I wonder how long you've been traveling with me. And should you be in my neighborhood and not this neighborhood? Oh well, now you're here. Which means, yes, we are in fact finally here. Sorry, I had to turn around and lock the car. Whew, it is noon. I could have gone to the 11 o'clock service, but I spent the time of the 11 o'clock service in the parking lot talking to an old friend, a kid that was in the youth group back in the day when I was a counselor, actually. And she and her husband are in town for a memorial service for a great aunt that they thought was last weekend, so they were in town last weekend apparently too. And anyway, we were just catching up and chatting. And so... do that, right? Be in relationship with people. That is okay. That is an okay thing to do, to be in relationship with people. My wife texted me. She's like, "Where are you?" Very reasonable because I'm easily an hour later than one would expect me to potentially be if I had gotten out of church and done it quickly, but I don't. I talk to people because that's part of being a church member. But this was excessive. Absolutely, this was excessive. But again, that's what church is for. That's this is why we go to church, so that we can be with people of like mind and be in relationship and have fellowship. Because that's what we were. UMYF, United Methodist Youth Fellowship, is what we were. And who knows what's going on with that kind of stuff lately. All right, so that's 1:35.
The only other kind of quick add is that I talked with my son for a while. We had a nice day yesterday. We were doing stuff around the house. He was cleaning up in his room and getting rid of some clothes that he doesn't want anymore. And we were just chatting about a lot of stuff. But several of the like life bits of knowledge and like therapy, mental health things that we were talking about. I was like, listen, I learned this at church youth group. And he's like, yeah, and you know what? Kids these days aren't doing that. They aren't doing those kinds of things where they have those experiences. And this is a 20-year-old saying that kids these days don't have those kinds of experiences. Interesting. And he even was like a Young Life kid. He did a couple of years of Young Life. Interesting. He's in a good spot, like, right now, so that was good to hear. He's, all right. The pauses and the silences and the breaks in the conversation mean that at 2 minutes and 44 seconds, this is way too long for any one video, but it'll be in there because, of course, obviously it is because you're listening to it right now. Here we go, cutting through the parking lot to get all the way down to Ford's garage. So, yeah. Rest of the fam is making their purchases in Nordstrom Rack. And I get to go zip on over there because our table's ready. So I'm zipping. Can you tell I'm zipping? That is a buck. Same buck that was in the front yard a little bit ago. He went behind the shed and now is turning around and come back this way. And I'm thinking he saw me. And so he has stopped. And he's just hanging out, still as a stone back there. As though I can't see him. But I can see him. Happy Monday. I haven't used you at all. I haven't greeted you at all. I haven't even edited my video from the weekend and posted it yet. And here it is, afternoon on Monday. 12:16. I have just coming from the grocery store with some meat to cook. I was gonna buy an avocado, just one, but they were all like baseballs, so too hard. We'll try that tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah, right. I got my flu shot. Because I have to for work. Other than that, it's just been a typical Monday. I hope you're making your Monday what you want your Monday to be. We've got, actually the flu shot is a slightly amusing story. I totally misread the schedule. I was off by a line between the date and the times, and I thought that flu shots at work up at the hospital, that's the, from work, I thought it was 7:30 to 10:30. And it was 10 to 1. So I got there like 7:35 and I'm like, where's everybody? And check the schedule, like, yeah, that's not till 10. I'm like, okay. So, back home, did work. And signed up for benefits for the new overlords, Nordic Consulting, Inc. Of course, I still have to do like my pay stuff so I can get paid. Got to submit the whole tracking number and all that kind of stuff for the account. That's Monday. It was cold this morning. It is warm now. So because of the snafu with snafu, the situation normal, all it up. I did not walk this morning, so I also have to get a walk in at some point. Then I have a meeting at church tonight from like 6:30 to 8:30 or so, and I have not fulfilled my responsibilities as a member of that little group. And that I was supposed to draft 5 people to make phone calls of people to invite them to our Commitment Sunday, which is next Sunday, and I don't want to do it. I mean, I will, but, I just, my people to ask, that circle is actually kind of small, and it's all choir, and I just, we rehearse, and we're busy choir, and I didn't ask anybody. I'm a bad person. All right, that's all I got. So we'll just keep on rolling. I have noticed a slight uptick in views lately, which is actually kind of cool. So I don't know what's going on. So if you are watching this, comment, please, engage me in conversation, give me a little feedback or whatever, spark your interest, talk about something completely unrelated. I don't care. It just it would be nice to know who's watching. All right, see you, bye. I did it again. This is my car hat, and I kept it on when into the house. Oh, I told ya. I'm always going to film it. Sunlight, all that good stuff.